guys, well, we're back on the Maserati again. I was working on the air conditioning system, seeing what's going on with that thing there. AC wasn't blowing real cold, and as I was checking it out, boom, the radiator hose blew again. So let's jump in this thing and see what's going on. Alright, well, here's the problem. This is an insert in the middle of the, I think it's the lower radiator hose. And what this is, it's like this little piece of plastic. And the hose bolts here, and then this goes to like the expansion tank. And it was busted. And I guess it was busted before I even bought this thing, because when I repaired it in the high school parking lot, I just put clamps on here again. It was probably this longer side here. But I didn't realize that this piece here and this piece here were stuck in the radiator hoses. So it doesn't have any kind of real retention feature, and eventually it just blew again. Boom. So I went online to find this part, and this is like $100 radiator hose. You can't just buy this plastic piece by itself. So let's see what we can do here. Alright, I'm back here on my little workstation, and I've got this piece of aluminum tubing, which is darn near the right size for this radiator hose here. I can't put them together with one hand, but yeah, that's about right. Trust me on it. So I just need to find another piece of 3/4 inch tube to weld onto the side here, and then we'll have our own little adapter. Alright, voila. Here's my ugly little piece that I just created. Okay, I know my TIG welds aren't very good. It was a little tricky welding this thing together because I have such a thin, I don't know what was that, 60,000th inch tube here, and then like an 1/8 inch tube on top, so different sizes. You have to kind of play around with your heat, makes it tough. But I got it welded with only one little burnout. You can see down on the inside I blew it out right here, but I was able to fill it back up. So we are back in business. That should hold. Let's reinstall. Okay, well, this thing is a bear to get to here. Alright, I don't know if you guys can see right up in here. This is over the passenger side wheel here. I got my tube in place here. And can you see my fingers? There we go. And the top tube is in place up there. I still need to clamp them and get this piece here on top of it too. But yeah, you can see it's a fairly cramped engine compartment, but getting it done. Alright, well, the radiator hose is installed, but I found something else. I don't know if I can show this very well, but these are the air conditioning lines here, and there is a serious kink in this aluminum line right here. And I mean, it is kinked bad enough that it may completely occlude the diameter there. So I don't know, I'm thinking about pulling this thing out and see if I can maybe straightening it up on a vise or something. I gotta drain the system no matter what, so that might be prudent to do while I have it apart. Do this and the valve. Alright, so the condenser side is off, and there is the filter side. So let's get that bolt out. Alright, well, here we go. Here you can see that kink in the line. Wow, that is a nasty, nasty kink. So yeah, I don't know if I can work that out. That's really tight. But yeah, you can see how that may be stopping the coolant flow. Let's see what we can do with it. Alright, well, I finally got this compressor out of there. My original goal was to just change out the little plunger thing here in the back. This is a valve that controls the displacement on these variable displacement compressors. But, you know, I'm spinning this thing in the car and I'm thinking, I'm just not really feeling a whole lot of resistance here. I even chucked it up in my, I even chucked a bit up in my drill and spun this thing at, 1,500 RPMs. And I just wasn't feeling any suction at all. So I am concerned that it's more than just a valve problem. I don't know. Maybe I can pull the valve out anyway and just double check that. Maybe clean the valve up, put it back in, see how it does. I don't know. But man, this thing was a pain in the booty to get out of there. Has these 6mm socket screws in there that are super tough to reach. The top connections here are pretty much unreachable. So I had to, come on, there we go. So I had to cut down a hex wrench and grind it to size so I can sneak it up in here, and then I turned it, just 1/6 of a turn at a time, and so I was able to get it out with my fingers. That's going to be hard to put back in there. It's a 2-piece block, and yeah, it's going to be tricky, very, very tricky. So we'll see how that goes. Spacer came out. I don't know where that spacer went. No idea. Yeah. Who knows? I don't know. But it matches both the block on top and the main bolts on the side. So I'll have to figure that out later too. Okay, so this is the control valve for this compressor. And it was in pretty poor shape, The bigger O-rings weren't so bad, but these 2 O-rings here on the end, oh man, they're just like crap. I mean, look at how hard they are. They just split on me, trying to remove them. They're both split, so pretty hard O-rings. I don't know. It looks like they were overheated or something. Who knows? But let's go ahead and we got the new green labeled control valve set in there. The snap ring is back in place. So this compressor is ready to go back into the Maserati. If you look down in here, grab a screwdriver, you can see how far down this control valve sits. Sometimes the snap ring here gets stuck on this kind of, I don't know, helper groove here. Really, it's just like a groove to help compress the O-rings to get them to seat properly. And if you set your if you set your snap ring against that groove, this thing is going to pop out as soon as you pressurize it. So make sure you push down all the way. It's about probably about a 1/4 inch down. So helpful hint. There's also a valve on the 700 R4 transmission that's very similar to this. You think you've got it all the way in, but no, you just got to push it a little bit further until it snaps into place. Let's see, that was the pressure valve on the pump. That's what it was. And it probably applies to the other turbo hydromatic transmissions as well. But you think you got it in place, push it a little bit farther. All right, now the difficult part. We gotta get this compressor back up underneath here and get this manifold, it's a 2-piece manifold, pushed back into the inlet and outlet here with the hex bolt before we even install any of the 3 mounting bolts. So I can't show that, so be back in an hour. We'll see how long this takes. Alright, well, it's going. I had to loosely install the front 2 bolts on the compressor. The long bolt in the spacer goes on top. I had that backwards at first. And I am using my cut down hex wrench. Shoot, just dropped it. And I'm turning it just 1 hex at a time. It is really cramped up in here. So this is going to take a few minutes. Total working time, I've probably been on this about half an hour now. My arms were getting pretty tired, so I'm glad I'm finally making progress. Yeah, I don't think you can do this unless you install at least one bolt on that compressor. I mean, holding it up and trying to line up the manifolds is just too tough. I'm feeling a little resistance now, so it's almost tight. I hope I'm not pinching any O-rings. I have no idea, I can't see anything. All I can do is evacuate the system and pump it up and, well, evacuate the system first, I guess, and just check to see if we don't lose vacuum. There we go, come on. It's almost there. Like I said, it shouldn't have to be super tight because you're just holding the manifold in place so the pressure doesn't blow it off. The O-rings do the sealing, not the tightness of the bolt. So I would probably go for snug. Right there, snug, and then maybe a little more. Done. Alright, let's go ahead and finish up those 3 mounting bolts, and then we'll put the belt back on, then we'll stick out the system. We're getting there. Alright, wow. That belt tensioning system on this Maserati needs a lot of crank. A lot of winding to get the belt on. It's very, very tight. But I got it on there, but I better pop the hood and make sure everything looks good up on top. Okay, boys and girls. It is sucky time. Alright, so we'll let this thing run for an hour or so, and we'll see how it looks. Alright, well the sun's going down, so we're going to close off these valves and watch them overnight, and hopefully they hold suction until the morning. Let's see. That's not good. The Schrader valve is pulling suction here. So something's wrong with that valve core in there. So I'm going to pull that out and see what's going on. Let's see if I can grab this with that dental tool. Oh, almost. There we go. Right there, broken O-ring. Okay, well the new valve here looks a little different than the old one, but as long as it works, who cares, right? So let's drop this guy in. And okay, time for more sucky time. Let's give it another hour. There we go. Starting to suck it down. Alright guys, well, all you Maserati fans out there, I do want to show you that I did fix my window control on my driver's side here. This switch was missing when I bought it. I think someone stole it from the car during the auction previews down here in Austin. I got an extra door panel from a wrecking yard down in Houston. The same guys where I got these wonderful seats. Yay! With only one little cigarette burn. And anyway, I took that button off, and with a little bit of trimming around the bottom, it actually will fit. I mean, the shape is similar to the back one, so just looking at this console here, it looks like this is the oddball out, where it's really this button here. So that's kind of cool. So we're getting this thing done. I'm not sure how the plate's gonna fit on top of it yet. I'll worry about that later. I still need to get this armrest secured because it's been busted underneath. So I'll figure that out. And I may do something about this door panel here too. That looks pretty ugly. But I was happy that was fixed. This little thing here, best price, $350. Worst price, $750 to $1,000 for this switch assembly. Ridiculous. So I was happy that worked out. Oh crap, this ain't good. I thought I had this thing fixed. So we're gonna have to pop the hood and see what's going on with that radiator hose again. Oh, I hate this car. Oh man, I love this car. Alright, so this Maserati is going to be parked here for the next couple of weeks. Yesterday I spent 3 hours working on this thing again. I built another T out of aluminum. Thinking maybe my other one was a little rough. My take skills were better, but it still leaked. I pulled out the entire hose, which requires removal of the upper hose as well, and put it together on the bench, reinstalled it. It's still leaked. I don't know what about this car it is. I mean, any other car and that would have worked. Curse of the Maserati, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, I went ahead and bit the bullet. I ordered a brand new hose from Italy, $115. It'll be here in 2 weeks. And then we'll go ahead and charge the AC system. I gotta have this thing running for 30 minutes, an hour to charge the AC, and the way the hose is right now, I can't walk away from it right now. So we'll get a new hose, then we'll charge the AC, and then we'll take this thing for a drive. So stay tuned. On a quick note, I'm trying to put out higher quality videos. I don't want to be bombarding you guys with 15 minutes of crap every single day. So if you appreciate that, give me a thumbs up, and we'll try to keep the videos more interesting instead of just showing crap. Okay, so thanks, subscribe, click that like button.